Thank you, Chairman. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nimat. I'm from Aachen, Germany, and I'm very thankful to I can present the video-assisted pericardioscopic surgery. I must say I've prepared an 8-minute presentation, so I have to skip some slides for you. These are my disclosures. So we postulated that from a subcyphoid approach, the videoscopic method could virtually reach all epicardial sites where either a pacemaker lead or a ablation catheter could be placed on the direct site with no radiation whatsoever, with fairly short procedure times. We studied feasibility, safety, and newly developed instruments in an acute porcine model. And in the second step, in a chronic ovine model, we assessed lead stability and feasibility of reoperation. We used a flexible and a rigid endoscope, and the epicardial lead we used was a new investigational lead provided by Medtronic, where its special characteristics being its diameter of 4 French and an extended helix at the tip. Pericardium was entered from a subcyphoid approach with blunt dissection towards the pericardium, and the pericardium opened on the direct site. We had some lessons learned right at the beginning. First of all, the sole use of flexible endoscopy was not favorable. The sheer lack of stability inside the pericardium led to poor maneuverability and navigation. Secondly, entering the pericardium with a bare metal instrument frequently led to malignant arrhythmia. So the solution for these problems was the development of a special trocar, which on the one hand insulated the bare metal instrument and eliminated arrhythmia, and on the other hand stabilized the shaft of the flexible endoscope. So we opened the pericardium at first with a biopsy forceps at a vessel-free site, making this a very safe approach. Entered the pericardium following a standardized protocol identifying certain landmarks for navigation. And then, as you can see here in this clip, you see the anterior face of the right ventricle. That's where we started. And then we implanted leads onto each chamber, 4 leads, making that 4 leads, and connecting them to a dual chamber pacemaker for follow-up. So we had no death or bleeding or any major adverse events. The subcyphoid approach was very effective for the VAPS method, with good accessibility and very rapid accessibility to almost all epicardial structures. As I said before, the trocar was very helpful. The instrumentation was very, very important for this method. So we developed certain instruments that I'm not allowed to show here, but we're planning the first demand this fall. There's still some formalities going on with the German authorities. Of course, there are some limitations. The human heart anatomy, the axis is different to that of an animal. We did cadaver analysis, and you cannot reach the apex, and you need flexible endoscopy to reach the left ventricle. Still, in conclusion, VAPS is we think a safe and useful minimal invasive approach for epicardial lead placement. It might be the first line choice for epicardial lead placement, and the current and future developments of instrumentation will extend the possible applications, for instance, for AF ablation, VT ablation, or even neurostimulation. Thank you for your attention.
We'll have the discussion afterwards.
Oh, sorry.
So next presentation will be by